Hey there, my friends. How's everybody doing out there today? Well, if you're here in the States, I hope you survived Thanksgiving. It is Friday after, and here anyway, it's pretty much a long weekend. I've just been watching some sports, watching a little World Cup this morning. Currently, well, we're at 70 minutes right now, but the U.S. is tied with England 0-0. But anyhow, today I just wanted to talk about a quick reset when feeling overwhelmed or stressed. I got a little piece I want to read to you from one of my favorite books. This book I've had with me for a long time. Throughout the years, as I've moved around, I was living out of the country for a long time. I've moved from place to place. Each time I move somewhere, my library goes down. I have to make those decisions and get rid of some books. But this is one that's been with me for a long, long time. In fact, the pages are pretty yellowed, and it is an actual put it in your handbook. And it is Pieces Every Step by Thich Nhat Hanh. I'm sure at some point I've read from this book, and I'm senile. I could have actually shared this exact reading at some point, but YouTube moves fast. I used to worry a little bit more about that, like, oh my God, have I done a video on this? But when you've done videos for 8+ years, you're going, it's not like everybody's going to go back through and watch all your videos. In other words, it's constantly updating. So even if I do a video on the same subject 15 times, it's not like most people are going to see it 15 times. But anyhow, this particular, I've got two little passages here. It's not very long. This particular first passage is titled "Present Moment, Wonderful Moment." In our busy society, it is a great fortune to breathe consciously from time to time. We can practice conscious breathing not only while sitting in a meditation room, but also while working at the office or at home, while driving our car, or sitting on a bus, wherever we are, or at any time throughout the day. I know I've talked about conscious breathing, breath work, things like that from time to time on here, and I've talked about them a lot, but until you really practice it a little bit, I don't think you'll exactly get what I'm talking about. And when you do, just do a little bit of what I'm actually going to read here. It's like one of the most simplest things you could do. It's like if I said, hey, take a sip of water or something. But anyhow, we can practice blah, blah, blah. All right. There are so many exercises we can do to help us breathe consciously. Besides the simple in-out exercise, we can recite these 4 lines silently as we breathe in and out. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, I calm my body. Reciting this line is like drinking a glass of cool lemonade on a hot day. You feel the coolness permeate your body. When I breathe in and recite this line, I actually feel my breath calming my body and mind. Breathing out, I smile. A smile can relax hundreds of muscles in your face. Wearing a smile on your face is a sign that you are master of yourself. Dwelling in the present moment. While I sit here, I don't think of anything else. I sit here and I know exactly where I am. I know this is a wonderful moment. It is a joy to sit stable and at ease and return to our breathing, our smiling, our true nature. Our appointment with life is in the present moment. If we do not have peace and joy right now, when will we have peace and joy? Tomorrow? The day after tomorrow? What is preventing us from being happy right now? As we follow our breathing, we can say simply, calming, smiling, present moment, wonderful moment. And this exercise is not just for beginners. Many of us who have practiced meditation and conscious breathing for 40 or 50 years continue to practice in this same way because this kind of exercise is so important and so easy. And then the next little section is thinking less. And while we practice this conscious breathing, our thinking will slow down and we can give ourselves a little rest, because how much of the time is our mind just like basically on and processing all the time, just jumping from one thing to the next? Most of the time we think too much, And mindful breathing helps us to be calm, relaxed, and peaceful. It helps us stop thinking so much and stop being possessed by sorrows of the past and worries about the future. It enables us to be in touch with life, which is wonderful in the present moment. Of course, thinking is important, but quite a lot of our thinking is useless. It is as if in our head, each of us has a cassette tape that is always running day and night. We think of this and we think of that, and it's difficult to stop. With a cassette, we can just press the stop button. But with our thinking, we do not have any button. We may think and worry so much that we cannot sleep. If we go to the doctor for some sleeping pills or tranquilizers, these may make the situation worse because we do not really rest during that kind of sleep. And if we continue using these drugs, we may become addicted. We continue to live tensely and we may have nightmares. According to the method of conscious breathing, when we breathe in and out, we stop thinking, because saying in and out is not thinking. In and out are only words to help us concentrate on our breathing. If we keep breathing in and out this way for a few minutes, we become quite refreshed. We recover ourselves and we can encounter the beautiful things around us in the present moment. The past is gone, the future is not yet here. If we do not go back to ourselves in the present moment, we cannot be in touch with life. When we are in touch with the refreshing, peaceful, and healing elements within ourselves and around us, we learn how to cherish and protect these things and make them grow. These elements of peace are available to us anytime. Let me read that one last phrase again. These elements of peace are available to us anytime. That's why I talk about this stuff a lot. And I think actually maybe in my on my page on Facebook, I'm going to start doing some some shared just little breath work like that, just some little mindfulness things like that, like maybe getting you used to just doing breathing in, I calm my body, breathing out, I smile, and then just kind of switching and thinking those breathing in, or just saying those simple words, in, out, and just like simplifying it like that, because I'm telling you, this is not any hocus pocus type stuff. This isn't any woo-woo type stuff. It's just practical things, because the simple act of focusing on our breath and paying attention to our breath, like I say, stops that conversation in our head. And like I said, this is not just something, like I say, even though I read about it here, it's not just something I read about. This is something that I have practiced, and it has helped me so much over the last few years when I've struggled with anxiety and different issues about different things. Sometimes my head gets out of control, and it still does it now. I've had some times earlier this week where I just had to kind of get out of my head. I just had to stop that chatter that was going on in there, because it can kind of get on a roll. And that's when it's really important to use techniques like this, is to prevent it from just spiraling and getting worse and worse. Like that conversation, especially when you got multiple voices in your head like I do, it can be like a snowball going downhill. It starts and then another voice comes in. Well, what if this happens? Well, what if this leads to this? And what if this? And how about if this? And then before you know it, it's just like a storm going on in your head. And the only way to get out of that storm is to, just like I say, just like find that calm in the middle of the storm. And that calm is just the breath, paying attention to the breath. So give it a try sometime. Like I say, you got nothing to lose. It really takes nothing. Now, obviously, in that reading right there, you don't want to be too breath focused while you're actually driving the car. But when you're at a light, people get stressed out in traffic. They have road rage. When you're at the light, you can just breathe in, breathe out. It's just that simple. But and that, like I say, it's something that we take with us everywhere. We don't have to have anything to do it. It's within us. So anyhow, just a little something I wanted to share on this Friday to finish out the week. Hope you all have a beautiful weekend. Who knows, might come to you over the weekend. If not, I hope you guys follow me over on Instagram. And I'm going to start doing more on my Facebook page, not my group, my Facebook page, Raw Tropical Living Facebook page. And we'll start doing some little bit of guided breath work. But y'all have a beautiful weekend, and love each and every one of you. Peace.